This is Dark Alliance from Wizards of the Coast, as in, yes, the Dungeons & Dragons people, and I have them to thank for providing me a key to play the game with, which is very generous of them, and I am ever so appreciative of that. Thank you. If you're not at all familiar with this game, this is a brand new one, which, as I kind of gave you the hint, is all about Dungeons & Dragons. This right here is Drizzt, the Warden of the House of House of something of Menzoberran's, and I forget which house he's in. Anyway, he's a dark elf. Oh, hi, there's a thing up there. We can go ahead and get that. Hi, can I try that again? There we go. Shoot up high. That'll help you out. Oh, and that unlocked a thing. Make me warm. Excellent. Anyway, this is as I said, Dungeons & Dragons game. This is a very heavy hack and slash loot collecting game. It's brand new. It has nothing to do at all. I guess with the very slight exception of the name and some characters and some locales and stuff. With the game of the same name from about 15-ish years ago. Oh, I know, I just totally missed a bag of gold. Not going to worry about it. Completely different games, completely different playing styles. Sort of playing styles, I guess, because really, that one was more of a top-down kind of Diablo type thing, top-down slash isometric, whereas this one is very much a third-person, over-the-shoulder hack and slash gore fest of watch out for explosions type thing. Ooh, sucks to be that guy. One of the cool things about this, though, is that because it is Dungeons & Dragons, and by the way, I've played a little already, so I might be very slightly over-leveled for this particular area, so I am kind of going through stuff a little faster than I should be, but if I'm going to be completely honest with you, I was getting my butt handed to me when I switched to a higher difficulty, so rather than get my butt handed to me and take forever to make the video, I thought I would just go ahead and swallow my pride and play at this difficulty level, which is obviously not very difficult. Whatever, it is what it is. So, as I was starting to say, this is indeed an actual Dungeons & Dragons licensed game. So it is using D&D as the base of everything. Drizzt, of course, is a dark elf ranger, otherwise known as Drow, and yes, it is correctly pronounced Drow, because R.A. Salvatore himself, I've heard it come out of his mouth, has said Drow, just in case there's any debate, and also so that when I inevitably say Dro, you know that I know what the correct pronunciation is. I just have said Dro for the longest time, that by the time he said Drow, I was already saying Dro for years. So it's nothing intentional, it's just, you know, force of habit, vernacular, etc., etc. So anyway, being a licensed D&D product, one of the cool things about this game is that it includes D&D things, which might seem like an obvious statement, but there's kind of something fun about... Oh wow, I am so over-leveled for this. This is hilarious. Anyway, there's something kind of fun about having actual D&D things in the game, because I'm so used to playing pretty much everything else that I haven't played a proper D&D thing in a while. I guess I did play some Icewind Dale with some friends, and if you saw that, we played that on Twitch, although that was one of my friends was streaming that, not me. So I didn't actually stream it myself, one of my friends did. But we played through the entire first game over the course of a couple of months on Twitch. It was a pretty good time. That's really the last D&D thing, at least D&D proper thing I've played. So this is kind of fun for me to get a proper D&D thing and have, you know, goblins and berbegs and all these other things that are definitely proper D&D, but are not part of other games. Like, I've played a lot of Vermintide 2, which would probably be a fairly decent comparison for this game. If you've played Vermintide or Vermintide 2, I would say more Vermintide 2 than Vermintide 1. That kind of gives you an idea of this game, and that might give you an idea of some of the pros and cons of the game, too. Like, I'll just be honest with you, because that's really the only way I know how to be anyway, but I don't love this game. I really don't love the game. I'm not going to tell you it's the best thing ever made and you really should go spend your hard-earned money on it. In fact, I'll even tell you that it's on Xbox Game Pass, so if you are an Xbox Game Pass Ultimate subscriber, you can go play this game right now, at least assuming you're watching it during the time that it's available on Game Pass, because if you're watching this after the fact, hey, you missed out, you should have been faster. But I do think it is worth playing, and I haven't yet had the chance to do it, but I think this would be a better game with friends than it would be solo. Solo, I have some, we'll just say, concerns that it's going to end up being a bit of a slog solo. And that really says more about me than it does about the game in some respects, because I'm not necessarily big into the big looter games anymore. I mean, look, let's just take a little detour down video game history for a second, all right? And we'll get into some hows and whys on my particular likes and dislikes, but looting games are nothing new. They've been around for a long time. I mean, Borderlands, I guess some of the more recent other things, Destiny, Outriders, etc. None of those are particularly new, right? They've been around for a while. Borderlands is, first one's probably 10 years old at this point, just at a guess. I don't even know. 7 years? I really truly don't know. Hi, I don't like your totem, so I'm going to get rid of it. And, you know, Borderlands was really kind of the first shooter to really, I think, hit big numbers. I think it came out before Destiny. I should say, I'm not going into really hard specific history, so if some of my specifics are wrong, I apologize. I'm just kind of going based on my history. That's the better way to say things. But, you know, I enjoyed those games. There was a time when I really enjoyed the crap out of Borderlands, out of Destiny, Destiny 2, all those things. And those games really kind of wouldn't have happened without Diablo. Diablo really kind of popularized the whole idea. Let's just go ahead and bring out Guinevere. Oh, I need to listen to how they say it in the game, because I always thought it was Guinevere, but I think he said it like Gwenwyvar or something. Gwenwyvar? I don't know. And that's funny, because back in the day, I always thought it was Gwenwyvar, and yet I have heard R.A. Salvatore himself say Guinevere. Whatever, never mind. Going down history stuff again. Anyway, none of the stuff would have really happened without Diablo. Diablo really kind of was a turning point in the industry, because it really was, I guess you'd say more than anything, it was really a 3D, so to speak. I mean, it really wasn't 3D, it was a 2D sprite game, but it was a graphical representation of a type of game that had been around forever. I mean, many, many years, long before Diablo was ever a thing. And that's really of the roguelikes. When I say that, I mean literally like the game Rogue. There's a whole genre of games that are called roguelikes these days, and I'm sure you've heard that phrase too. And the funny thing is most of them are nothing like Rogue. And Rogue, of course, being a entirely ASCII text-based game from, I don't know, it might even date back to the 70s. I'm honestly not sure when Rogue was created. 70s, 80s? It's definitely an old game. It's been around a long time, and this guy's almost done, which is great, because I really struggled with him the first time I fought him. And this time was pretty easy, because I'm over-leveled, as I said. Rogue really spawned a whole host of games in its vein. Most of them you probably haven't heard of. I mean, you know, there's a good chance you haven't even heard of Rogue. But Angband and all of the other Angband-like games came after Rogue and would have never happened if not for Rogue. Ah, crap, I'm cold over here. I need a fire. I was hoping to find one, but I don't really see one. I guess there's one over there. So maybe if I remember when I get over there, I might be able to come down and get some of these other chests. I'll probably forget. Those old games, for what it actually matters to what we're talking about, were text-based games that were all about running through randomized dungeons, collecting loot, and lots and lots of stuff that chances are you're not going to use half of it, but every once in a while you'll find something really good that you do want to use, and I'm not sure why I can't see that guy. That's the first time I've had that happen. And this game, in some respects, really is an evolution of that. Oh, there he goes. That was quite funny. Like I said, I haven't seen that happen yet. That's kind of cool. I mean, it's not, because that's a bug, but I don't know. I found it kind of hilarious. Now, granted, this game is not randomized in terms of its levels. This is all pre-built. This is all a constructed thing. Oh, those are traps right there. go ahead and go over here and set that one off, because there is something behind there. I could just see it. Yes, more gold. Thank you. More gold. I probably should have used a potion. Let's go ahead and do that now, in the hopes that we find some more later, because don't seem to be getting many health drops right now. So this game is really nothing more than Rogue in 3D, this time properly in 3D, unlike Diablo in 3D. But none of these things would have happened without Borderlands, Destiny, Diablo, etc. And that really is in part where I kind of get to some concerns I have with the game. I grew up on... I didn't really grow up on Rogue. I grew up on Moria, and then I grew up on Angband, and then I grew up on Zangband, and there's a health drop for me after I just said I'm not getting many of them. Gotta love that timing, huh? Just like that parry. Oh! That's right. Anyway. I'm not sure that I'm going to love this game in the long term. And that's really more of a reflection on my particular tastes and my time these days. My particular taste is generally to play something that's a little more narrative-based. That's kind of more my preference. And this game is not really narrative-based. I mean, it is, but it isn't. Because it absolutely is narrative-based. It, as best I can tell, has a narrative. I didn't show you the cutscene because I wanted to start talking. You know how we content creators are. We think we're the most important thing, and the heck with all of the little unimportant things like story and stuff. But yeah, there is a cutscene. Can we stop this now? I don't know how to move this thing over there. I will fully admit that. I haven't quite figured that out. As best I can tell, you go over there. And I don't know how to make it move. And I haven't really done any research to figure that out. I mean, yeah, I really, truly think this thing needs to move, but I have no idea how to make that happen. Blocking doesn't do anything. Attacking it doesn't do anything. Dashing into it doesn't do anything. Using invisibility really doesn't do anything, so we're just going to ignore that. For me, I don't know that I have a lot of time these days to play this kind of game, so it is fun to jump in here and there, play a little bit of it. Absolutely. Oh, that's what it is. Aha, because then I'm going to go put it over here and this is going to open. I betcha, I betcha, I betcha. I missed that the first time around. Well, look at that, why don't you? This is all brand new to me, and I like it a lot. I really do enjoy certain aspects of this game. I want to be sure that I am, I guess, accurate when I say, oh, hello, a free attribute point. Heck yes. Heck yes, man. Hook that up. I think there's a good game in here if there's a little more polish. And by that, I mean there are some things that are just a little hinky. There's some hinkiness in the combat, and for a game that is so heavily focused on combat, I mean literally it's like 90% of the game, that has to be spot on, and it's just not. Like when I do this, I'm holding my controller all the way to the left. You can't see that, of course. But now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm holding it all the way to the right. And I moved there so I didn't take damage. My point there, if you didn't quite get what I'm getting at... Oh, I see something there. What is that? I want warmth. Is that I will just continue attacking in this straight line until I eventually stop attacking, turn, and then start attacking again. I mean, I get it. That makes sense. But it isn't fun. I want maybe just a slight pause between all the attacks where if I'm holding a direction, it will change. Like, that's all it needs, is it needs a micro pause to just let me change directions for a moment. That's really all it needs, and I would be totally happy with that. In fact, it would fix a lot of my problems with combat. And I kind of want an option too, and it's not necessarily something everyone else would like. I kind of want an option that if you're using auto-targeting, that when you kill someone, you get an option to auto-target to the next target. Like, it'll just automatically change you to the next target. I think a lot of people would hate that. I think I would kind of like that. Not 100% sure about it, but I think it's a an idea worth exploring at least. But it's just kind of little stuff like that that bugs. I mean, it's not really a huge deal. It truly is not. Combat feels okay to me. I will tell you, I've tried playing as Bruenor, and I love me some Bruenor, and I hated it. I was actually going to record this video playing as Bruenor, and I just hated how slow he was. And that's because, you know, he's a dwarf, and he's a fighter. He's not a ranger. He's not this super agile, athletic drow that can run around and, you know, basically run around everyone on the battlefield. I mean, like, if you know the books, if you know R.A. Salvatore's novels, and you know how Drizzt fights, this is a reasonable... Oh, I guess I have to hit a button. Hooray! This is a reasonable approximation of how he fights. I mean, it's not as dance-driven as Drizzt is, because there's very much a dance element to the way he fights. I've always looked at it as that, and someone else might say that I'm crazy for saying that, but I think there's a certain element of that, and this doesn't really hit on that, but I feel like, come on, target the stupid guy. Like, why do I have to keep rotating the controller? If he's locked on, which he's not now, then stop getting messed up. I don't know, there's just some movement stuff that's just hinky, and I really wish the devs would take a look at how, I guess specifically, I'd say Bloodborne plays, and do everything in their power to duplicate the combat of Bloodborne in terms of the smoothness and the controls. They can do everything else they want, but just that, because this game is missing that, and that honestly is one of the things that holds it back. The other thing is just, I don't have the time to play a loot-based game that's going to take a long time to go through. And other people might, and that's great. For those people, you got a lot of hours you can play with this game, I'm just going to tell you. For me, though, no, not so much, because I don't have that kind of time. I have limited time these days to play video games. As much as I would love to just, you know, hang out and do nothing but play video games all day, it's not really realistic for me. So I kind of need it to be maybe a little less grindy. I don't know, but for those who enjoy that, lots and lots of time you can put into this game. And I think it'll be rewarding. Yeah, see, like right there, it did kind of auto-target to that guy. So that's one of the things I was talking about. It just, I don't know, it seems like it's hit and miss for me or something. Maybe that's what it is. It's just, it's inconsistent. So I'm never quite sure what I'm doing that makes that happen or makes it not happen. I don't know, it's just kind of weird to me. Regardless, we're just going to keep on, hello. Thanks for that, camera, that was super helpful. Here, can I change this guy? No, I can't. See, it's like right there, my camera turned my auto... There you are. I don't want to target the explosive things. I mean, I guess I know why you would, because if you're playing Canterbury, you definitely want to be able to target those, because she is a archer, among other things. Depending on the time frame of everything, she's quite the character, and I mean that. Like, she's a really cool character. I've always liked Canterbury. I don't think she has... I forget the name of it. The name of the sword in this one. I don't think she has that, though. I think that predates her getting that sword. Because this is based on the original novels with Drizzt, and not any of the later stuff.
For the people of 10 towns.
I don't know, is there a double jump in the game? I don't think there is, but it is very forgiving, I will say, about climbing, which I really do appreciate, because last thing I want is a game that's really unforgiving about that sort of movement when there's a lot of it. So, you know, job well done on that part. That's not a minor thing, by the way. That really is not a minor thing. That's kind of a big deal. Considering you're going to be running around and doing that stuff a bunch. Yeah, it really kind of is. Let's go ahead and pop that. I'm going to get out of the way here right quick. I don't know, maybe I need to make my camera go faster. That might be part of it. If I were playing with mouse and keyboard, I'm sure I could... I would move the mouse, but my cat is literally lying on my mouse pad, and she is obstructing me from moving my mouse. But anyway, it'd probably be better for me on the one hand there, but I do worry about just the general controls for this type of game, because I really have gotten used to using controllers at this point, like for playing Bloodborne and various other Souls-like games, I kind of have gotten used to that, so I don't really want to try dealing with something that's not what I'm used to right now. If it were a shooter or something, yeah, mouse and keyboard all the way. I just can't handle controllers for that kind of game, but I guess it's kind of the same in reverse for this one. Anyway, we're just going to keep chopping up goblins and stuff here, and we will play all the way through to the end of this particular mission, and then I'm going to take a moment to show you what it kind of looks like after you've wrapped up a mission. I might skip to the end, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I guess this is a pretty good fight. I should show you this one because I'm getting my butt kicked. And that wouldn't be any fun if I skipped past the part where, you know, Strimmer getting rocked. I think what it is, too, is I don't want the little dot to go away that camera is on this guy, and that confuses me because the dot goes away, and then I'm like, wait a minute, are you still focused on him or not? No, it is. I just get confused because the dot goes away. In other games, it doesn't. So, again, just a matter of expectations sometimes, that's all. I will say for Drizzt, though, I do generally like the combat. And that probably says more about the character and my particular playstyle than it does anything else. But I've done some reading on this game just to kind of see what other people say. Because, you know, it's always kind of interesting to get other perspectives. And sometimes you go, yeah, I hadn't thought of that, which then leads you down a different line of thought. And I've seen some complaints about the combat. I don't really have any complaints with Drizzt. I really, truly don't. I haven't tried... Well, I did try Brunor, and he just was so slow, I just couldn't handle it. But I haven't tried Wolfgar or Canterbury yet. And I have a feeling I would like Canterbury with mouse and keyboard, but maybe not with a controller. That's kind of my one little concern where Canterbury is concerned, because she is primarily, or maybe not primarily, she is supposed to be more of a ranged damage character than these other ones are. I mean, you can see Drizzt here has a ranged attack, but you're not going to be using that all day long by any stretch. That's just kind of something to do a little bit here and there. It's not something that's meant to be a primary means of attack by any stretch of the imagination, so I don't know. It's just kind of, you know, they're trying to have a little of everything for everyone, with the exception of magic users. If you like magic users, this game's not for you. There's no mage, there's no wizard, there's no sorcerer, there's no whatever particular nomenclature or class or whatever you want to think of. That does not exist in this game. Now, I would not be surprised if we get some DLC down the road that includes a wizard character, and I would actually be really sad if we don't, because I think that would really, I think that would bring an interesting kind of perspective to the game that would help kind of keep it interesting. I would genuinely like that. I do enjoy wizard characters, I always have, so I would really like to play with, I don't know, like Robillard or something like that. I think that'd be pretty cool. And I should tell you, too, Regis does not appear to be in the game. And I would suspect at some point that Regis will be added to the game. I, of course, mean Regis the Halfling, Rumblebelly. I don't mean Regis Philbin. If you don't know who Regis Philbin is, you're young. Must be nice to be young and not know who Regis Philbin is. Okay, get rid of those guys. We got one more over here. Hi, how you doing? I have some other moves that I added at some point, and I don't remember what they are. I think one was like an attack and then a... Oh, maybe is that one? I did something there, and I don't know what I did. Like that, and then... Yeah, that one. Okay, so attack, and then back and heavy attack, and it can do that thing, whatever that actually was. I'm not entirely sure. It was a thing. I'm not going to heal just yet. I'm going to hope that I can find something before I do that. Let's go hop up here. Looks like we got a chest right here. Did I not tell you to not rest? Oh crap, I should have used it. There we go. Second time. It's at least like the 5th time that's happened to me overall, I think. I don't know, whatever, it's fine. Let's go ahead and teleport. We're gonna go bounce across to the other side. Zoop. It's a nice little graphic effect there. I like that. That's fun. It's good stuff. Here, we'll go ahead and do that. Give them something to think about over there. Hi, how you doing?
Face me, foul champion.
Face me, foul champion. I guess this guy would be the champion, huh? Oh, sweet, he dropped something. I appreciate the loot. I'm gonna try and back up a second there. Oh, there was some health drop. That's what I was looking for. Zap, zap, zap. Oh, there we go. That was good. I think I got the parry in there, too. Maybe that attack counts as a parry. I'm not sure. Or a block. You know, I haven't really talked much about the actual combat itself in terms of the flow of it. And I was kind of more letting the game speak for itself in that regard. But I did not recognize the, whatever that was. Scroll, tapestry, something, whatever that I picked up there. Oh, that's fine. But there are two different ways of blocking in the game, or two different ways of deflecting damage. One of them is blocking, of course. You've seen that already. The other is parry, and you've also seen that one. The difference, if you haven't quite noticed what's going on, is that I'm going to end up taking some damage here, I think. And just go trigger all these so I don't have to worry about it while I'm dancing around over here. The main difference is when you block, you're not going to take any damage, but you just kind of block, and the creature or character or whatever that attacked you just kind of attacks you and can really keep going. When you parry, though, you stagger them briefly. You get a little bit of a chance to get a counter attack in. So where you can, it is definitely worth your while to parry. And the difference between the two is you can hold down the block button ad infinitum, and you will block, 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 block. Whereas for parrying, you need to do it right before they attack you. And that does kind of get me into one other thing I wanted to mention with respect to the combat. And again, something that I hope the devs look at and change, because, you know, it's all about what I want and not what everyone else wants. I really wish when I did this, I'm just tapping the button here. I wish it would let go faster. I want the block to be active only while I have the button down. I want to see it let go faster. And it doesn't. And I guess that's fine. But, I don't know, it's just not my style. But that's just me. So, I don't remember if this is the boss of the area. It might be. I really don't remember. I think it is, though. And we'll just go ahead and get rid of this guy. This is his little friend. Ow. And I have been speared. That's great. Good time for me. Hi, how you doing? Let's go ahead and get rid of this guy. He has frenzy. And we'll go back to this guy. I don't know, there were some nice flippy tacks and things in there. There we go. I don't think I realized before, if I'm not mistaken, their health is normalizing. I didn't think it did. I thought before I totally chewed up the little guy. And then big friend there was just fine. Okay, it's cool. Let's go ahead and... There we go. Yeah, see, there's a block. Now let's turn this on. Turn that on? No. Hitting the wrong button? Maybe I can't do it right now? I don't know what's going on. I was trying to use my other ability there, which I've generally ignored. Hi. Oh, yeah, I was hitting the wrong button. My bad. Here you go. Enjoy my dance of blades. And you too, while I just walk around you and don't attack you, because I think it's kind of hilarious to do it that way. Meow. How you doing? I haven't really tried parrying this guy yet. That did work. Oh, he died. Look at that. Act complete. All done. I don't know, is there anything else left to pick up in there? I don't know. General Griggs the Earlopper destroyed. I gotta tell you too, I've played this game on a couple of different systems, and I've not really had any performance issues. I did notice in the, well here, I'll hold on to that thought for a second. Man, the tally screen is obnoxious. It needs to go faster. I assume that'll be addressed at some point. I don't even remember what I was going to say now. I got so distracted by how long that took. I'm not even joking. It really was just kind of annoying. I'm going to reveal all the loot right here so I can just kind of scroll through everything and see what all we got here. It does go in order of the rarity of the stuff that you picked up, so lots of gray stuff, which would be common and kind of whatever. We'll go ahead and bust open the character screen here so you can kind of see what's going on. Did find a spare attribute point, so we can spend that on something here. Maybe go on Constitution. I'm okay with that, because Drizzt could use a little more. He is kind of flimsy, but not necessarily in a bad way. One of the things we haven't really talked about is equipment, because we haven't been able to do that yet. There are a lot of sets in this game. Pretty much everything is going to be part of a set, as best as I can tell. I might be just not seeing some things that are not part of a set, but I do technically have 3 pieces of something equipped right now. The necrotic resistance is what I have going on over here. And then looks like Tundra Raptor Bracers. So it did get a new cloak over here. So we'll go ahead and put that one on, the Tundra Raptor Piwafi. And we don't have 3 pieces of this one. Oh no, we do. Look at that. Tundra Raptor Scimitar, but I might drop that for something else. I have no idea if the Tundra Raptor Scimitar is always going to be gray. I assume not, because the cloak is not. But I am not entirely certain how some of this stuff works. So this one, I can either just stick with it for the stamina reduction, which I don't care about. It really doesn't seem to matter, because I haven't been running out of stamina. I don't know, I'm not sure what to think about this stuff. Like, I don't really know what to do with all of this extra gear that's just lying around. Ooh, I do kind of like the look of that one. But I'm going to stick with this one just for the moment, because we have all these other pieces. Ranger's chest guard, acid resistance. I don't know, that might be useful. Maximum stamina bonus. We can stick with the fire damage for right now, that's fine. Can go ahead and put on a ring here. I guess that works. And then our necklace here, that one's probably going to be the one I want to stick with. Plus 3% ultimate charge bonus. Yeah, that's fine by me. Or did I not go through these? Oh, I didn't click over to that one. Hi there. I don't like the look of that one. I remember what I was going to say now was just talking about performance. I've played this on a couple of different systems now. 2 different computers, although both, I'd say, fairly high-end. I'm playing right now on a 5950X with a 3090 GPU, and I've played it on a 5800X with a 6900 XT GPU, so both fairly high-end systems. I haven't noticed anything. This one I had no hiccups, which you saw. With the 5800X, I did have a couple hiccups, and the possible difference with that one is I don't think I'm using a Generation 4 SSD, but I am on this one. I don't know that it matters. I'm just kind of throwing that out there as an observation. I don't really care about trophies. The last thing I want to do is just kind of go over here and just go a little more through some of this stuff just to give you an idea of the rest of the game, basically. So obviously this is a game all about collecting loot and character progression. And here's all the stuff we have right now, of course. You can, I guess, change skins. I haven't even done this yet. I don't know, I'm kind of fine with the one that it has. I do kind of like that you can... Oh, I guess that one doesn't have a change. I do like that you can change this stuff and it only costs 50 gold. That's pretty cool. I'm curious if it's always only 50 gold or not. That is really kind of a fun thing, because then you can really sort of customize the look of your character a little more than you otherwise might be able to. Like, I don't know, I think that's pretty cool. I do appreciate that. That's kind of fun. I cannot change the color of some of this equipment, and I don't understand why. I have all this upgrade stuff. I have no idea what these are for yet. I guess it's for upgrading these things, but I thought this was all money. So I haven't figured out what in the world I'm supposed to use the upgrade materials on just yet. I don't know. I really and truly have no idea what I'm supposed to do with those. I mean, can I... Aha, that's what I do with them. I do use this stuff to upgrade it. If I... Here, let's just go ahead and do it. We're going to just commit to it. Upgrade. What did that get? 1 armor, an extra level, and nothing else. Okay, so here, let's just do it one more time, because we got stuff to burn.
Shiny.
3 more damage, and an extra condition penetration. Okay. So it looks like there's going to be a lot of stuff to do in this game in terms of you're going to be collecting a boatload of things, and then you've got to like upgrade everything and all that jazz. And yeah, you're gonna spend about 17,000 hours playing the game. So you've been forewarned, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just kind of upgrading things at random because I don't really care. The other thing I wanted to show you is just kind of the character progression. We've already looked at the character sheet a bit. Over here we have moves, and you can unlock these with some money, basically. So every character is going to have a skill tree that you can kind of go through and unlock stuff. This was one of the ones that I unlocked is this one right here. There you go. Tap backward plus the right trigger, and that gets you the thing where it was kind of blocking and like shooting a shotgun or something. And then you got this one here, Dark Portal, which I did not use at all because I could not remember that one. I don't think I'll ever use that one. That's not really my type of thing. But this one does look like my type of thing. So I guess we got to unlock this one to unlock that one. Because that would be handy, because I find myself getting surrounded a lot when I shouldn't be letting myself do that. So tap backward plus right trigger after 2 dashes or dark hands. Excellent. Okay. So basically you can spend stuff like that. You can buy moves, which is probably a really good way to go, but you can also upgrade your usables here. So I don't think I have enough gold to do it, but you can unlock additional things to use, and you can see what it does. Restores 15% ultimate meter, blah, blah, blah. All these different things, but you can upgrade them. And right now you can see the health potion. I have upgraded it to be 60% instead of the starting 50%. So, I don't know, just there's a lot of stuff you can do, which I really like. And I kind of go back to what I said multiple times here, that I think there's some good stuff going on in the game. And I really do think there is a good game hidden in here. It's just that it is, in fact, hidden a little bit. Maybe not entirely. And I think it would shine a little better with friends than it does solo. But as is, I don't know. I think if you're into R.A. Salvatore stuff, and if you like Drizzt and all that, I really do think it's worth checking out. At the very least, just give it a whirl. If it means buying it, I don't know. That's kind of a tough call. But if you have Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, give it a whirl. And if you've never used that, it would be worth your time to look into getting a trial. I think you can get a trial for like $1, and you'll get 2 or 3 months of it. And you get access to a bunch of games. And I should say, I'm not at all sponsored by Microsoft. I have just come to accept that it really is a good deal, and that I'm glad I have a bunch of time already invested into it, because I bought a bunch of gift cards at a really good price so that I have like another year or something on it. But that's Dark Alliance. I might try and come back and do a little more with it here and there, just because I really do kind of like me some Drizzt. And like I said, I do enjoy the game. It's just I don't have the time to put into the game to the level that the devs want me to. But I think I have the time to put into the game to at least just kind of bust through the main storyline like this and be okay with it. Yeah, see, I think I might be okay here now. I mean, that shouldn't be that big of a deal. So on that note, there's your Dark Alliance. Thanks again, Wizards of the Coast, for the key we're using to play Took games. I really think you have something good here with just a small amount of tweaking. By the way, one of my favorite things, bottom right-hand corner right now, yeah, Guinevere running. That's like such a great little detail for the loading thing. I don't know. I think there's something here, and this might be one of those games that has a bit of a rough start where, I mean, I'll be honest, I've looked at the Metacritic scores. They're not great, but they're also not terrible on the whole. But a little bit of time, a little bit of tweaking, some developers who care about their game, this could easily turn into something really, really good that people like. So for now, I'm done. Catch you in the next one. Till then, thanks for watching. Ow. See you later.